Hey, hi everyone. I'm CA Vijay Kedia. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to cover a very important topic, NPS or National Pension Scheme for salaried employees. The reason I wanted to cover this is we are all aware of EPF or Employee Provident Fund, and where we make a mandatory contribution of 12% of our basic salary. But NPS is still not that much popular. Uh, and I think this can be a good investment tool to make significant retirement corpus. And I have done, like, based on my personal experience, and also I have done some research around this so that I can present you some very practical details, not some bookish knowledge, which will help you to make a decision that whether or not you should opt for NPS. Right. With that, let's start. Why do I think you should opt for NPS? Right. First of all, this is a retirement plan provided by government with equity linked returns. Unlike EPF, which gives you like a fixed interest of 8%, 8% plus, but here you get equity linked returns, which can be much higher than that. I'm also going to show my NPS portal. So please be till the end of this video, and I'll share some very important details there. And so you can contribute up to 75% of your investment towards equity, which is a very good allocation, and remaining 25% you can opt for government or corporate bonds. And so how much you can contribute? So if you're under the old tax regime, through your employer, you can contribute 10% of your basic salary. So for example, if your basic salary is 10 lakh, you can contribute up to 1 lakh. And under the old tax regime, you can also claim, contribute additional 50,000 directly to that NPS. So total, in case of if your salary is basic salary is 10 lakh, you can contribute up to 1.5 lakhs, and you can in NPS, and you can claim deduction for that over and above your Section 80C, right? And if you're in a new tax regime, this this is a very good option because this is the only investment based deduction which is available under the new tax regime. Because ATC is not applicable, you cannot claim HRA, housing loan, or any other deduction. But this is the only deduction which is allowed even new under new tax regime. So if if your salary is 10 lakh, you can contribute 1 lakh. If your basic salary is 20 lakh, you can contribute up to 2 lakh, and you can claim deduction for that. So whatever you are contributing, you are getting equity returns on that, and at the same time you're saving that 30% tax upfront in the year of contribution. So I think that's a very good way to create, grow your retirement corpus. And here it also gives you an option to get a regular income post retirement. So you create a corpus, and from that corpus you get your regular income post retirement. So, and that's why it's called national pension scheme. So you can get a kind of pension even though you are a private employee, but it's depending on your contribution to that scheme, right? So with that, I would also like to share you, just to give you some insights, that what is the kind of returns I'm getting on this, right? So let me share my NPS account with you, just to give you some insights. So if you see here, I have allocated 75% towards equity. E is the equity scheme, and 25% towards corporate bonds, which is C is the corporate bonds, right? So I have given the maximum allocation to equity, and I have been contributing to this NPS since last few years. And if you see here, I have contributed almost like 11 lakh plus here. And if you see the return on my investment, the total gain, which is 5.55 lakhs, so it's almost like 50%. And just to give you an idea on XIRR, so if you see the return of investment, if I click here, it's coming around 20.56%, which is quite high if you compare to EPF. I'm not suggesting that you will continue to get this kind of returns, because in last 4 5 years equity markets were very good. and that's why even with 75% contribution, we are seeing this kind of return. But even if you consider a very standard rate of return, say 12% for this 75% equity and 25% debt combination, that 12% is still 1.5 times of return what you get on employee provident fund. So in my view, it's a very good investment option, and which also saves you tax, right? So this is from the contribution side, right? Now you might have a question, okay, how, when I can start withdrawing, or what are the withdrawal options we have, right? So because whenever we contribute, we want to check what are the withdrawal options we have, right? So if you first is at retirement, right? So retirement age is considered as 60 years. So if you continue that account till retirement, so say, and it's not necessary that you continue working till 60 years. So say you work only till 50 years, but you don't want to withdraw. You can continue that account for 60 years. And on 60 years, you can withdraw up to 60% of your amount. So whatever contribution you made, and whatever returns were there on that amount, out of that total amount, 60% you can withdraw lump sum, and that's going to be tax free. So while you contributed, that amount got you got exemption, and then you're getting exemption on the amount when you withdraw that amount. So there is no tax here. Remaining 40%, you can opt for annuity. So what is annuity? Annuity is kind of a pension plan. So where you give a lump sum amount to a life insurance provider, and they'll, depending on what option you're choosing, they will give you a regular income with that amount which you have contributed, right? So this explanation you will not get it anywhere. And I have also tried, because since I'm investing my own money, so I've also done research on, okay, if I take that NET, what kind of returns I'm getting. So that also I'm going to show in the subsequent slides, right? Now, many of you might have a question that, okay, what if I take an early retirement? So say I want to retire at 50, and I also want to withdraw that money, or start my pension. So you can do that as long as you have completed 10 years in NPS. So say you started contributing NPS at the age of 30. After 40, you can opt for early retirement and you can start withdrawing, right? So, and but if you opt for early retirement, like after contributing for 10 years, uh, you can maximum withdraw 20% as a lump sum. So, if total corpus is say 1 crore, you can withdraw up to 20 lakhs. And for the remaining 80%, you need to buy a pension plan through which you get a regular pension, right? So many people say that, okay, well, that the lump sum amount is, why can't I withdraw 100% lump sum, and so that's why NPS is not a good option. But my view is NPS is to provide you a regular income or a pension post retirement. So this product is structured as per that requirement. So if you, since you're, it's giving you a return of equity, so your investment can grow multifold in like 10, 20, 30 years. And I have already shared like the returns, the kind of returns which we are getting. So you will get that advantage of equity returns. And once you build that corpus, and even if you're getting like 6, 7%, 8% kind of uh, regular income out of that, I think that's still a very good deal. So if you ask me, I'll take 100% as NET. So I'll, whatever is my corpus, and whenever I choose to take retirement, I'll opt for 100% NET, and then I'll get that regular income out of my uh, NPS. So, what are the options you have for NET? This is something which I did research, and this is not readily available. And I also tried to get some sample details of the NET plans. So, what these are the major NET plans which are available. If you, and you can, like you will have option to select your like SDFC or whichever life insurance provider you want to go for. But these are the types of annuity plans which will be available. So one is the lifetime income, where you get that a regular income for your lifetime, as long as you're alive, and after your death, that income will not be that entity or the pension will stop, right? So obviously you get some higher amount because you are not getting the return of your principal in this case. And life and last subscriber is where you can take that annuity with your spouse. So what will happen is, in case of uh, if you in case you pass away, then your spouse will continue to get annuity, and after your spouse death, then the annuity will stop. So this you can get it probably for an extended period of time. So this option is also available, and under this both this option, you can take with or without capital refund. So this option which you are seeing here, this is without capital return, right? So here you will get some higher monthly income. But if you opt for capital refund, that option is also available. So you can take it for yourself. uh, as long as you survive, you will get your regular income, and after that you get your nominee gets the capital amount refunded. Then obviously your the regular income amount will be reduced to compensate for that. Similarly, you can take it along with your spouse. You get your pension after your death. Your spouse gets the income, the pension, and then after that, even the nominee will get the lump sum, right? So this is the type of annuity plans we have, and then I try to check, okay, uh, what are the kind of returns I'm getting. So now, say if I built a corpus of say 1 crore, right? Here is example is 10 lakhs, right? So and you contribute 10 lakhs to an annuity plan, and you're saying, okay, I just need regular pension until I survive, right? And I don't need any return of capital. So you can get around 7,000 per month, which is like 84,000 in a year, which is like 8.3, 8.4%. You will continue to get as long as you survive, right? So after retirement, if you survive for 30 years, 40 years, you'll continue to get that, right? As long as you survive. If you are opting it with your spouse, then after your death, your spouse will also continue to get, right? And so here the amount monthly income amount is slightly reduced. And then if you opt for capital refund, so if you see in first case, this 7,000 per month has become 5,000. And but here what will happen is, after your death, the nominee will get the entire amount which you invested as a lump sum, right? So that capital, initial capital which you can contributed for annuity will be refunded. And similarly, if you opt for along with your spouse the capital refund option, the amount is similar, and so after your or spouse demise, that entire amount goes to your nominee, right? So these are the few details I wanted to share. I hope you find this useful, and it will help you to make some rational decision whether to opt for NPS or not. Uh, for more such informative video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and also share with your friends uh, who may find it useful. So until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.